This is VOA News. I'm David Byrd in Washington. Clashes broke out and one truck of aid was set on fire along the Colombia-Venezuela border as supporters of opposition leader Juan Guaidó attempted to bring humanitarian aid into Venezuela. At least 4 people are reported killed in related violence. Venezuelan riot police fired tear gas and rubber bullets and blocked a bridge between Colombia and Venezuela. Protesters repeatedly tried to get past the line of police and soldiers. At least 2 people were killed in clashes with security forces along the border with Brazil. 2 more were reported killed later in the day. Embattled President Nicholás Maduro told thousands of supporters, meanwhile, that he has broken diplomatic relations with Colombia. Maduro also asked that all Colombian diplomats leave the country within 24 hours. Vote counting is underway in Nigeria's hotly contested presidential election that was marred by violent outbreaks in the northeastern and southern parts of the oil-rich nation. President Muhammadu Buhari was among the first of the country's voters to cast a ballot. He did so in his hometown of Daura when the polls opened Saturday. Despite reports of occasional violence, there appeared to be no significant disruptions across the West African country, that is. Some polling stations opened late, so voting in those areas might be extended to Sunday. Voting hours were also extended in some areas Saturday due to ballot machine malfunctions. Somali security officials say a federal parliamentary lawmaker was shot and killed Saturday in Mogadishu. Al-Shabaab militants armed with pistols shot Osman Ilmi Bokore as he was visiting his new house that's under construction in a neighborhood north of Mogadishu. Bokore was the oldest member of the current Somali parliament. He was known as a peacemaker and a negotiator. This is VOA News. Transparency was the focus of the 3rd day of the Vatican Summit on clerical sexual abuse by members of the Catholic Church. Germany's Cardinal Reinhard Marx said that the Church had obscured sexual abuse cases. Sabina Castelfranco has details from Rome.
After bishops spent 2 days reflecting on the issues of responsibility and accountability, the head of the Church in Germany, Cardinal Reinhard Marx, used his speech to call for more traceability and transparency.
Stipulated procedures and processes for the prosecution of offences were deliberately not complied with, but instead cancelled or overridden. The rights of victims were effectively trampled underfoot and left to the whims of individuals.
Pope Francis, who has come under intense pressure over the failure to deal with increasing cases of clerical sexual abuse, will close the summit on Sunday with a mass attended by all participants and a final speech. Sabina Castelfranco for VOA News, Rome.
Grammy-winning singer R. Kelly, that is, appeared in court in Chicago Saturday to face charges he sexually assaulted 4 women, including 3 teenagers. AP's Julie Walker has details.
Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox says 3 of the 4 victims were between the ages of 13 and 17 years old at the time, and they have at least one video showing R. Kelly knew it.
In the video, the victim repeatedly says she is 14 years old.
Fox says that video shows sexual intercourse. R. Kelly's lawyer, Steve Greenberg, says the 4 alleged victims are lying.
He did not force anyone to have sex. He doesn't have, he's a rock star. He doesn't have to have non-consensual sex.
Kelly's been trailed for decades by allegations he violated underage girls. I'm Julie Walker.
Thousands of yellow vest protesters took to the streets across France on Saturday for a 15th straight weekend of demonstrations, trying to re-energize supporters while tamping down on violence and anti-Semitism in the movement. Police clashed with demonstrators near the Eiffel Tower in Paris, while local authorities in the city of Clermont-Ferrand urged residents to stay away from downtown. That's where 2,500 yellow vest protesters clashed with police. Elsewhere, activists blocked access to an Amazon platform in the southwestern city of Toulouse. The protests started in November to oppose fuel tax hikes, but have expanded into a broader rejection of French President Emmanuel Macron's economic policies. For more on these stories and the rest of the day's news, be sure to log on to our website, voanews.com. I'm David Byrd, VOA News.